Welcome back to Houston Life. Houston's own hip-hop legend Bun B is celebrating the 20th anniversary of his groundbreaking debut album Trill, and he has taken it back to where it all started, right here in H-Town.
Yeah, yesterday Bun announced a one-night-only Trill Unplugged performance. It'll be Saturday, October 18th at the House of Blues. It'll give fans an intimate night of music, stories, and of course, legacy. We are joined with Bun B right now in studio. You've got the details.
Yes.
And this is a big announcement.
It really is, because this is going to be like my first intimate concert like this in Houston for a while. Over the last couple of years, mainly I've only done the rodeo, and so that's 70,000 plus people every night, and it doesn't really give me a chance to even make connections with people because the stage is in the center of the field and you're so far away.
You can't see anyone.
You can't really see a person. You can see the outline of people, but you can't see a person's eyes. And it'd be good to look people in their eyes and give them a great performance. And this performance on the 18th at the House of Blues will give me that opportunity. But we're also going to bring in the band because I don't want to just do a typical rap concert. I want to be able to take this time. If we're going to have an intimate setting, let's have an intimate performance. Let's talk through it. Let's play some live instrumentation and just have some conversations and a great night of reflection. This was a very rough time for me when I originally dropped this in 2005. It was, Pimp C was locked up, and this is my first solo album. So I had been a member of a group for so long, I had never done a solo album. So this was a big stretch for me, a big step out of my comfort zone. And now we get to celebrate it 20 years later.
It's incredible. I cannot believe 2005 was 20 years ago. So much has happened in your life, in your career, your family.
Yes.
Over the course of 20 years. I'm really glad that you mentioned storytelling for an event like this, because when I go to a concert, I want to hear the stories. The songs are great, but hearing those behind-the-scenes anecdotes, that is really part of this evening.
And this will be fun for me because I've never really had a chance to discuss how we went about even creating the album. Again, this is my first time doing an album by myself, so the responsibilities change. Normally, I'm responsible for maybe half the song, maybe a chorus or something later, but on this, I was responsible for everything. I had to pick the music, I had to pick the collaborators, figure out what the direction of the album was going to be. So this was a big step for me as an artist and as a person, to be quite honest. But I had a good team behind me, my wife, of course, Queenie, my manager, Anzel, and we put our best foot forward, and we came up with what we figured was a really great album.
Yeah, but I love that you're always giving credit to your village, but you got to give credit to yourself too, because this is music that really defined that H-Town era. There's so much history here, and I think a lot of people want to pay homage. Who do we have here?
Too Short, good friend. Oh, there's Pharrell. My manager, Anzel. 2005 was a great time for Houston. A lot of us broke through the ground. My manager, and that's Joey IE, who was my A&R at the time. Pictures from the rodeo. But this is a really big time for Houston. This was the year that Mike Jones broke, Slim Thug, Paul Wall, Chamillionaire, Lil Keke. Houston really had the scene on lock at that time, and I was able to come in at the perfect time with the perfect atmosphere to create a great album. And they pretty much set the stage open for me. Everyone had already dropped. Houston was on the map. All I had to do was just fall in line, and with Trill, I think we did that.
Oh, absolutely.
We had heard some rumors that pre-sale tickets might be kind of difficult to get. Are they still available?
We still have some.
How do people get them if they want them?
So there's a special pre-sale code that's going to go out, but we're going to save tickets for people on Friday for regular general admission. But we know my fan base is a little bit older. A lot of them are working people. They got to get this day figured out, right? So they need to hurry up and get their tickets. They got to line up sitters and figure out what they're going to wear and do all these things, where the younger people would be like, oh, that's when it's happening? Cool, I'll be there. We'll show up and see what happens.
Right.
But we want to give everyone an opportunity to get these tickets. So even though we will have pre-sale, we're going to hold some back for people that don't have an opportunity to get them today or tomorrow.
Okay, you're looking at the information, and we mentioned it's going to be at House of Blues, Houston. Saturday is a great day for a show, October 18th. Live instruments, special guests. Any tips on the special guests? You always kind of give us a little clue. You always give us a little sprinkle exclusive.
Well, if you're familiar with the album, you can see the different guest appearances that are on the album. So we're definitely going to have a couple of those people come up and show themselves. Some of the bigger names from out of town, but of course, you're going to see some H-Town legends as well.
I think this is a show you could also take out of town on a tour. So the fact that it's one night only in Houston, I think that's also a big deal.
I think I could do a Texas tour with this. I wouldn't put too much on myself because I got a couple of things coming up. I got to open up the next 2 Trill burgers in town, but I think I could do a little Texas tour, squeeze that in right quick.
You mentioned that some of your fans are older. I mean, I've been around you enough, Bun, to see the way you interact with people. Lucky enough to see when you were out in the wild and people come up to you, people aren't just talking about how they love your music. You really tap into nostalgia. You tap into like people's memories. That's got to be really satisfying. And also the fact that you're able to work professionally with so many of your close friends.
Yeah, I mean, well, music marks moments in life, I like to say. When you hear a song on the radio, it immediately takes you back to where you were when you first heard that song. For some people, it takes them to their childhood, their teen years, prom, homecoming, all of those different things. I hear songs that reminds me of when I got married, when I fell in love, my first slow dance, things like that. So I know that we've created moments for people, and we love to take people back to those moments. But it's good that now that everything's kind of come full circle, the nostalgia about it is kind of front and center. So we have a lot more impact with younger people now than we did before, because they see a lot of my generation celebrating this time period in history, and they're like, yeah, I'm with that too. I remember that.
They'll never get it.
Yeah, well,
they'll never know how live you had the club. They don't even go to the club.
Well, they see their dads or their older brothers or uncles get excited about things that they normally don't get excited about, and they get curious, like, why does dad act like that when he hears that song? Oh, you don't know how your dad was when that record came out. He was a different guy. So it's fun to relive those moments with people, and we'll have a good time doing that October 18th.
Yeah, speaking of that full circle, you said you were going through some hard times when the album dropped. As you look back, fast forward 20 years, I mean, what are you most proud of, or what are you most, what is the most vulnerable thing you think you're going to share?
I don't know. It's probably going to be, dealing with the trauma of losing my partner at that time and kind of figuring out my path along through life at that moment, because a lot of things were very uncertain for me at that time. But looking back at all I've been through and everything that we've been able to achieve, I can really say that I've been truly blessed with this life I've been getting, and so appreciative of the people that have supported me along the way, whether it's your favorite producer, your favorite rapper, or just the average everyday fans, because those same people that built this music career are now building my burger career. So it's a beautiful thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, and the Trill Burgers, if you haven't checked them out, be sure to do that. Thank you for having a vegetarian option on there. Bun B, it's always great to see you. Please
Likewise.
give your wife Queenie a big hug from us.
I will.
Yeah.
She sends her love to you guys as well.
Thank you. Okay, for more info and a link to get tickets to see Bun live, just click on the Scene On section of our website, HoustonLife.tv.
And mark your calendars for October 18th. That is coming up right around the corner. All right, still